Navigator Channel, your first Phuket bilingual channel in English and Russian.
I'm Michael from Think Design. I'm from the US originally, from Boston, Massachusetts, so very far from here, but we love Thailand and very happy to be here. We've been in Phuket now for 4 years, and just a beautiful place that we came to and decided it was in need of this kind of publication, so that's why we're here. And what we are is a publication based here in Phuket, but distributed around Thailand. Which presents a little bit of everything. So it's for people who are curious about the world. We've got a lot of coverage of architecture, interior design, fashion, technology, and basically whatever's happening in the environment and all kinds of things. Just general interest about the world. Well, I'm an architect by trade, and I've worked in many parts of the world, and when I came to Phuket I saw it as an opportunity to sort of diversify and do some other things. So at the moment I'm expressing myself through my writing and through the magazine, so it's an exciting time to be here, and I think the future of the world right now is based in Asia. The growth that's happening here is very exciting, so we're fortunate to be in this wonderful place right now. I mean, the magazine is sort of our core business, and then around it we do things like art festivals and a few other things, but mainly it's the magazine, which allows us to sort of use our position in the media to help sort of artists, for example, to expose their work. So there's a lot of wonderful artists working in Thailand who don't get a chance to market themselves or don't have sort of exposure to a larger audience. So that's kind of a big sort of mission of our magazine. Think Design, well, the word design is really quite a general word, so it applies to architecture, interior design, all the things that I mentioned in the past, fashion and things like that. And originally we changed the name to Think because it's really what it's really all about. So if you can think about design and think about the world, thinking is something that is in it's a bit in a shortage at the moment. So. Well, in terms of iPad versions and all of that, we're working on that. We already have a strong presence online as well on our website, but we're looking at expanding into other parts of Southeast Asia as well. So in the future, we've got Singapore, Hong Kong, and Shanghai on the radar. We're already in Bangkok, Pattaya, and around Thailand. So the growth of the magazine, the great support that we have in the region is exciting, and we're looking for the next level of expansion. Well, I mean, I think at the end of the day, content is more valuable than it ever was. So, I mean, if you have a magazine that it's all ads, then I think there is a problem there. But content today is more valuable than it ever was. People are still more interested in accessing information than they ever have been in the past. So as the value of content grows, whether it's in print version or whether it's an online version or whether it's an iPad version or whether it's a video version, the real core of it is content. It's interesting stories about what's happening around the world, and that's what our strength is. So I'm very bullish on the future. I mean, people still like to read it, and there's going to be those that will always continue to want to read a paper version of the magazine. But it doesn't really affect our business, because if the move is more to an iPad version or online version, we're happy with that as well. Because again, our core is our content. We're very happy with the strength of our stories and the feedback that we get from our readers. So whether it's an online version or a print version is really irrelevant to us. We know a lot about what's happening in the world of design, and we're constantly researching it. So for example, if there's a new and up-and-coming architect, we contact their office and get an interview with them. And if it's something technology, we contact the companies, and then we get the content by just researching it and contacting the direct groups and then writing a story about it in that way. So it's a very research-based thing, but once you have something, once you hit that sort of that nugget, there's a story that really fascinates. Well, in most cases, me, I feel like there's something of general interest there. Then the rest of it kind of writes itself. Once you've begun, it's quite easy to take it to the next step. Phuket Art Festival, the Think Design Phuket Art Festival, is coming in January 24th to the 27th in Laguna. And we're still open for new artists who want to join. There's no cost to join. And what we're trying to do is build a huge group. Last year we had almost a linear mile of wall space that we used for, so we had over 100 artists last year, and we're hoping to have more than 200 artists this year. So the majority are local artists from Phuket, Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Phang Nga, and a little bit all around Thailand. There's also some international artists coming, so it's a great opportunity for for artists to get some exposure that they normally wouldn't get. We also do are called art dinners. That's something that we work in concert with the art festival, and the way that works is each individual resort, we find a local artist and we expose them to a wider audience, as I've mentioned before. But the way that we do that is we pick 6 of their pieces of art. We bring them to the resort or to the restaurant, and then the chef creates a special menu based on those 6 pieces of art. So the first course will be based on one painting, the second on another, and like that, there's a sort of cross-pollination of the arts. You know, that goes back in history. You know, Picasso was inspired by Gertrude Stein, or by, that sort of combination, that inspiration, that cross-pollination that happens between one artist who's inspired by another is something that we try to work with. It's a new concept, yeah, that I know of. It's never been done before. But we've now had 25 of these events, and they've been very successful. Majority of them are sold out, and they've been great. We've helped some artists get some exposure, and we've helped some of the resorts to get some exposure from people that normally don't go there, or new restaurants, and we've also, more importantly, helped the chefs. You know, the guys work in the kitchen, they're working on the same sort of menu all the time. Suddenly this is an opportunity for them to do something completely different. There's no rules, it's all up to them. What inspires them about the art is what ends up on the plate. So luckily for the diners, they've had some of the best food they've ever had in their lives at these events. That's been something that's really been fun. Well, if they go to our website, which is www.thinkdesignmagazine.com, we post those up there or in our magazine, so you can find every month we have 1 or 2 events. The next one's at Outrigger in Laguna on a week from today, on the 23rd of November. And then in December we're at Bliss Beach Club. So, you know, it goes around the island, and we're going to start doing some in Bangkok as well. It's not a charity event. I mean, the idea is really to help the artists. So the artists hopefully can sell some of their paintings, make some money. The resorts get some of the people coming through who normally don't go there, and everybody gets to have a wonderful meal and an evening of art. Well, our magazine's available all over Phuket, Bangkok, and Pattaya. In Phuket, here in Phuket, we're in all the 5-star resorts on the island. So if you go into any of the top resorts, you will be able to find our magazine. They're being distributed there. It's a free magazine. We also do sell it in bookstores, but at the moment, what we're trying to do is connect some of our advertisers with the sort of 5-star crowd that comes to Phuket and put them all together. So, and then in Bangkok, we're based strongly in the Thang Lor area. So in central Bangkok, we're in most of the cafes and restaurants there as well. And we're also starting a Pattaya version, so that's coming here as well. At the moment, we're planning on English only. There's been, in our discussions about China, they're talking about wanting to do a Chinese version as well. But for the moment, we're focusing on the expat market here, and then those also locals who speak English. That's just been a successful range for our magazine at the moment. But I wanted to mention very briefly, for the art festival, I'm excited about people getting an opportunity to come and see what the local artists are doing today. There's so many great artists here in Thailand, but the reality is that Thai culture is not huge on art. It's not one of the strengths here, and so they don't get the exposure that they really deserve. And so I'd like to invite everybody in Phuket who's going to be here from January 24th to the 27th of 2013 to come out to Laguna and to join us at the Phuket Art Festival that will be taking place there. It's going to be a great event with hundreds of artists from all over Thailand and actually all over the world. We've got fashion shows, we're going to have musical acts, we're going to have live art demonstrations, and lots of things going on. So it's a great event for everybody. So I hope everyone can come and join us for that. Thank you.
Navigator Channel, your first Phuket bilingual channel in English and Russian.